Toronto, the Blue Jays get it done in Game 4. Shane Bieber, let's talk ball. I got one. Louis Varland.
Maybe anybody. He pitches every game.
Every game. So do we. Hello and welcome to Talkin Baseball. It's a big ep. This is going to be, we're going to at least 6, maybe 7, and it's all presented by SeatGeek, our partners at SeatGeek. Make sure you guys use code JMPlayoffs, 10% off. They're the #1 rated ticketing app in the world. Each ticket, scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal or not. Green means good, red means bad. You know how to use the app. Download the SeatGeek app now. Use code JMPlayoffs. 10% off any tickets with promo code JMPlayoffs. You hear that? Because we got more games coming, people. And all of our playoff stuff is presented by T-Mobile. All of our special postseason episodes. We were live at the stadium last night. Well, Jake, how are you back streaming? Well, part of it's because of our friends at T-Mobile. However, you guys use your phones, or if you've ever had a cell phone, go check out T-Mobile because they are the best network. T-Mobile.com/network. I am Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. We are grinding. Rob Sirocco and myself. We cannot wait to get home because we ain't been. We've been road dogging it. Dalton is grinding in the lab right now, getting us stats on this Game 4 of the World Series. Coach, locked up at 2s. Let's go.
It's a 3-game set, Coach, and you ruined the standings again.
Fuck!
It's unbelievable. You know, I was about to say, hey, we used T-Mobile Internet last night to get that live stream out. Hey, this is a true story right here. I use code JMPlayoffs to get $10 or more off my parking. And then you went ahead and ruined the standings. It's fine, Jake. It's a 3-game set. We are going back to Toronto. And I'm excited, man. I knew the Blue Jays were going to back down like this. We'll get into why I think it happened this way tonight. I think, those guys were also a little tired out there on the ball field, but Toronto looked a little more energetic than the Dodgers did. I know you got to burn. You missed us last night. Can't wait to hear it. I say we just get into it.
Let's go. The encore that is Game 4 in the town that's known for show business, with Ohtani returning to the bump against Shane Justin Bieber. Better watch out for Celine, or more like, better look out for Vladdy. Vladito goes up top to make it 2-1 Jays. God, I love Benny Blanco. It would stay that way until the 7th, and the 4 more in Game 4. Andres, he is Jimenez. There will be no Thai France today, monsieur. And we're going back to Toronto, BB, as Bichette and Barger add on. Bieber, you can go and love yourself. What a start to Fluharty, to Bassett, to Varland. Toronto, they win 6-2 final.
Great job, bro. Standings 2 and 2 apiece.
I can't believe I blew that.
Everyone's waiting for that. Everybody.
I'm too excited, man. I said it, and I'll wear it, that I kind of thought the momentum was rolling and that we would be sitting here today saying, Shohei Ohtani's the best to ever do it, and how good. Oh, can you believe Freddie's back at it? Instead, Toronto fans, you might not believe this because I'm Yankees Jake, but also Dodger fans are looking at me as Yankees Jake. Dude, the Blue Jays showed out again, and this is now on pace for an incredible World Series with the contrasting styles and the guys on the field. I love where we're at, and obviously just massive. If it's 3-1, we would have been saying a bunch of Dodgers and super team. Instead, we're talking about what could be an awesome all-time World Series.
It turns out the 18-inning game was an anomaly, okay? Because this game went right back to the script where we don't trust the Dodgers bullpen. Toronto, when they have their full lineup in and John Schneider's not getting every single person out of the lineup, turns out they're pretty good and can put together some hits in a crooked number inning, which they did tonight. And the Dodgers offense really hasn't been great. great. They just haven't been.
Yeah.
And it showed up again tonight. I mean, only 6 hits for them. They scored 2 runs, one when the game was pretty much done there in the ninth. So this again, it's back to the script. And I think the momentum is all with Toronto right now, for being honest. Like I know that Snell can come out and shove tomorrow, and we might be singing a different song, but if we're just going of how this series is played out, besides yesterday, um, and then like the Yamamoto game, that's like another anomaly game. Like when there's been like actual regular baseball games, Toronto's been the better baseball team. Does that make sense, or is that just stupid?
I know what you're saying. The 18 inning game as an anomaly. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I think the way Toronto fans can view it more fairly, because you can't say Yamamoto's an anomaly because he did that his last start. Like that's kind of just who that guy is. I think if you're a Toronto fan today, you're saying, hey, we kind of won 3. Like if we had one swing or one thing goes differently in that extra bonus baseball game we played the other night, you're saying we could be up 3-1. And like, what would we be saying then? So I think that's the lens they are looking through right now. I think either way, end of the day, like it sounds obvious, and we're probably going to say it 3 more times, but it's best of 3. You got to find a way to win 2 games out of the next 3, and you're going to win the World Series. So who cares what it looks like, whether your starter shoves, whether you hit 10 runs, you just got to win 2 games the rest of the way. But yeah, I mean, we saw Toronto gave us another Blue Jay inning where it's just like, hey, who is this? Who's hitting right now? And they're either mauling it or they're blooping it in front of your outfielder. And Trev, something I told you, sometimes I get jealous of you and Chris Rose. That's kind of, I'm kind of your young hot thing you show around town, but then you go back to your old sugar daddy. That I listened to Baseball Today, and Chris Rose asked you, like, hey, the fatigue thing and Shohei, like, what should we really be looking at? And I thought you had a great point that it's like, dude, Shohei's going to Shohei, and all these guys are going to be juiced up. I'm interested to see when he gets to the 70, 80 pitch mark, because normally we're looking 90, 100, and that ends up where he gets knocked around a little bit. But Shohei comes out for that, the 7th inning. He doesn't get an out, and that ends up being the inning that Toronto gets all their runs, and that you could start to question, could that have been fatigue from the other night, or are these Blue Jays just dogs? And I think it's probably a mix of both.
Probably a mix of both, but I don't have a problem. People were questioning, should he have been in the 7th? Like, who are you going to go to?
No.
It truly is going to be, when we look back at this series, I truly believe it's how much exposure did the Dodgers bullpen get? And I know yesterday they threw 13 scoreless or whatever the hell it was, and we all got excited about it. But like, again, no Springer, no Bichette, no Barger, and no Kirk. Who got the big hits tonight? Like Bichette got a big hit tonight. Barger got a big hit tonight. Like it's like that is those are the core guys. Now it looks like they're going to be without Springer the rest of the series. I mean, I don't know. Schneider has been giving like kind of weird remarks on that. Like he's hour to hour. He's feeling better swing by swing. I'm like, dude, I don't. We'll see. Maybe the off day, the 2 off days, because we get one tomorrow because he's not going to play tomorrow, and then they have an actual off day. Maybe that helps him. But I mean, I'm the oblique expert. I know.
That.
Like it's tough. You can't do anything.
I think if it gets to Toronto, George Springer is going to find a way in a baseball game. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a pinch hit. I don't know. But did you see the way at the end of tonight's game he was standing in the dugout, like full uni, no hoodie or anything? Kind of doing the, we've made fun of this before, the guy who wants to pinch hit and is trying to get the manager's attention. He was kind of doing that in a 6-2 game that I think he's out of the picture for now, but we'll get to that. I do want to, I guess we're talking hitting right now, because you mentioned, in that 7th inning, it felt like, the quote-unquote moniker Blue Jay ball. Like, just everyone was slapping around. Andres Jimenez, some of his stats this postseason, I think he's 7 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Okay, that'll play with the platinum glove. Us arguing with that old guy in the stands 28 hours ago. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the third inning home run by the guy, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who in this World Series, he had only had 4 hits and they were all singles. He clips Shohei for the 2-run homer to flip the scoreboard, which, okay, when we're making the Blue Jay binder, that is something they've done, was it 4 times this postseason that they have, with a home run, gone from losing to having the lead, which in this massive Game 4, Vladdy doing it against Shohei, it set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and especially because it was an answer inning too. So Dodgers go up 1-0 in the bottom of the second. The following inning, being able to take that lead away and kind of take the air out of the stadium, and you do that with a homer like that. Big hanger. Shohei's your horse on the mound, and their horse takes down yours. I mean that's kind of what that sparks a team. If you're in the dugout, like, our guy's better than their guy right now. Heck yeah, man. Even though I don't know anybody. I don't think anybody's like, yeah, I'm better than Shohei. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it just you start to feel that throughout the clubhouse, and then Bieber did his job. He did his job, man. And again, like I do think it's an LA offense that is struggling to kind of find its consistency up and down it. But Bieber hung enough in this game. I don't think he had his best stuff overall. But I mean, we're seeing a guy come back from injury, a guy that. When did he make his first start this year? Like August?
Yeah, can double check, but yeah, I think he had 11 starts. So 7 starts in the regular season. And yeah, I mean, the pedigree that Shane Bieber has, that deserves some credit. But yeah, and it's some of the interesting stuff about how the Blue Jays have handled him. And he was originally supposed to be Game 3, but they wanted to give him the extra day. And something that we probably didn't give enough love, because Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets all the credit for being like, hey, I'll go out to the bullpen and I'll be that ride or die. Bieber was out in the bullpen firing it up for Toronto, and he doesn't have the $300 million contract. Another great note from Baseball Today with you and Chris Rose.
Oh, thank you. And we can go back to the inning before the top of the 7th, and it's kind of like we talked about flipping the script. Like, the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th, Freddie hits a single, lead off the inning. Varsho, makes a nice play on Will Smith, but then Teo single. So now you have first and second, 1 out, and they pull the Fluharty card. And their relievers come in and get the job done. Gets Muncy on the first pitch, flies out to center. He K's Edmonds, so you leave a few base runners stranded. The exact opposite happens in the top of the 7th, the next half inning. Varsho leads off with a single. Clement doubles off, off the wall, the 1-0 heater, second and third. Banda comes in, and, I give big time credit to Jimenez for that at bat. It was an 8-pitch at bat, slider down the way, puts the ball in play, but then they just start to pile on. Like they got the job done against the relievers with runners in scoring position, just good at bat after good at bat after good at bat. I mean, that's like the bulk of my note page is the top of the 7th, man. Like, what a freaking inning that was. Just, again, different, wasn't a 3-run homer. It was just like death by 1,000 paper cuts almost. And that's kind of what they've done when they're a full lineup in there. That's what they've done almost all postseason.
Yeah, and it's a weird thing to talk about with baseball people sometimes, because when you see it, you just know. You're like, that's every at-bat those guys took was a problem, but it's how do you fully quantify that? Because even the IKF's out that inning is almost a line drive double play, which I thought it was going to be a double down the line. Instead, it's in Muncy's glove. And by the way, I don't know if I agreed with them overturning the call at first, because it looks like Jimenez slides back and his hand is on Freddie's foot on the slide back, that I had him out, which was the call on the field, but they overturned it. So I don't know if in the spirit of it, it looked like he got back, but to have enough to overturn it, I don't know.
That's pretty convincing right there. I know that part of his hand was on Freddie's shoe. I also thought Freddie could have got out a little further, like on more of the corner of the bag with his toe. He kind of had the middle of his foot on that corner instead of just his toe. He plays a great first base. Yeah. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I played a little bit over there. Okay. But I thought it was the right call. I thought he got in there. But again, like that, right there before that, IKF was showing bunt.
Right.
Bandit couldn't throw him a strike. He gets it to 3-0, takes a hack, then he hits that line drive. Okay, not a great outcome for them. But then, what happened next? We got France comes up. He hits for Lucas, which I was like, I don't know if I agree with this at the time. I know it's lefty. France comes, does his job.
Yeah.
A fielder's choice, just pokes it the other way. 4-1. Okay, 3-run deficit. That's 2 runners on, 2 bloops in the blast instead of just a bloop in the blast. And then they bring in Shrine in, and man, like you can't bring him in anymore. You can't. What do they intentionally walk Vladdy to make it first and second? And then Bichette gets the 1-0, like hanging sweeper, and he just drives it over Kike's head. Barger first pitch, does a great job, doesn't try to do too much with it, understands trying to throw a sinker. So he stays in it, in his legs, hits a ground ball past Mookie. All of a sudden, it's 6-1. It happened quick. And that's what I'm saying. Like this Dodgers bullpen, we knew if you could expose them, they're just not right now. They don't have anybody out there. I mean, how is Dave Roberts not going back to Enriquez, or, let's just get back to this guy. I know we threw a couple innings last night and Klein wasn't going to be in there, but damn, like I think those guys might be the answer.
Well, I think
Dave Roberts.
Trev, I think you're right, and I think you're on it. I think the problem is they were down, and that's why
I think they were down. I do think they were down today. They threw a lot of pitches, but like it wouldn't surprise me if next game they're in.
I'm talking about in the game. I think they were down. They're down on the scoreboard, and right now, Trinan for them is a down in the game pitcher. That hey, we got a big game 5 coming tomorrow. That
sure.
I think they're going to need those power arms and Enriquez. That like just exactly what you said. That if it's a tie game tomorrow and they burnt Enriquez tonight and he's out for tomorrow's game, they're going to say, "Why did you do that?" So I think you're all over.
You think they're going to be in there? You think those are the high leverage guys now?
I mean, okay, this is a fun game. Let's check out the Dodgers bullpen.
Because I was kind of surprised that Bassett was in when he was in today.
Well, his numbers are Looney Tunes.
I was thinking, hey, maybe you save Bassett, or else, like, is he saying I'm built up? I can go back-to-back days. Fine, let's do it.
Before we dive further into this pitching, let me tell the good people about American Crew. This episode's sponsored by American Crew. Talk about something that should never strike out. Your hair. If your hair's looking more like a foul ball than a grand slam, it's time to step up to the plate with American Crew. Doesn't matter if your hair's thinning, graying, or just feeling unruly. Been there. American Crew's styling pucks help you make the most of what you have. Fiber will give you the fullness your hair is looking for. Or if you're an athlete, sweaty guy, maybe that matte clay for a stronger hold and absorption. Trusted by barbers. True story. I now have a barber. Shout out to my guy, Andrew Zumbo. And he's my guy. He uses American Crew. I think I'm a Matt Clay guy because I kind of got that grease going on up top. But maybe you need the forming cream. Whatever you need, they have it for you. So if you want hair that scores every time, grab a styling puck and shop American Crew at your nearest Target and walk off looking like a legend. Okay. Let's do, because this was the game that we kind of stumbled into here. On the Dodgers side, if I look at the bullpen, Roki's the number 1 bad man. That's not debatable. Number 2 right now, Sheehan?
He got hit around a little bit before yesterday.
Yes.
I still think Dave Roberts goes to him. The stuff is there, but like if you say the stuff is there for Sheehan, so is it's there for Enriquez.
I mean, I'm excited to find out. Robleski has had a couple nice outings from the lefty side. So is Dreyer. Dreyer gets used in this game, and he comes through clean again. But, I mean, yeah, we can't name the 2.
Yeah, I think the Blue Jays are such in a better position with their bullpen. I think Bassett's a huge part of that. Louis V, great tonight, in a situation where there was pretty low leverage for him. But Hoffman has looked good. So you have Hoffman, you have Bassett. I think Sir Anthony, you still trust him. Fluharty got the job done tonight. Like they are in a really, really good spot. So again, like I think if Toronto keeps their guys in the lineup, like we don't have to, like John Schneider, he went for it last night and it kind of backfired on him, with all the pinch running and all that stuff. And some of it was his hand was forced. But if you keep your guys in the lineup and you have these guys, and Ernie Clement just won't fucking stop, dude.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like double off the wall, also diving to beat out an infield hit. He's a freaking menace. Like if you don't love watching Ernie Clement play ball, you don't like ball. Like that's the bottom line, dude. Look at this guy go. Sniffs the hit right here, goes down. I love it, man. So freaking good. But they're like just up and down the lineup, good at bats, and bullpen in a better position. So really, if you're the Dodgers, you just have to say, please, Blake Snell and Yamamoto, like you got to go.
Yeah.
7 at least.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Blue Jays don't have to do that, dude.
Well, no, I guess the only counter. You're right. The Blue Jays have a lot of guys they kind of like in their pen. Like Braden Fisher had a nice outing the other night. You mentioned Bassett going back to back. He'd never done that before. But I think he is trusted down there. He had been hitless until he gave one up today in the postseason. So he was very much a part of their winning formula. And with the 5-run lead, I think their goal was to try to hide Hoffman, who did throw 33 yesterday. So that was the intention, going Bassett to Varlin there. Where else was I going with that? Oh, for the Dodgers, I guess they have opened up a couple side doors. Like, dude, we watched Enriquez. He looked pretty good. He was throwing 102 past the eye test. They're like, okay, that door is now cracked ajar, that if Snell goes 6 and they tap on him and he looks good.
That's not cracked ajar. That door is wide open.
It's wide open.
But for Dave Roberts, yeah.
Dalton just noted that there was some Emmett Sheehan tipping pitches allegations, that maybe the Dodgers found that, and maybe that's linked to his newest clean sheet. So, hey, like from where we were a couple days ago, both of these teams have a couple more options on the table. I think the two things that we still really need to cover from this game before getting excited for the next one, it goes back to the starting pitchers. I mean, Shane Bieber kept this team in check. 5.1. He only gives up the 1 run there. He was mixing up his pitches. I think was it 4 pitches that he threw more than 14, 5 pitches more than 14% of the time. So like,
Trev, now I'm going to the Savant.
I know.
I need to see it. I didn't go there yet. Hold on.
I know that's your favorite thing, that this was a veteran pitcher outing. And that's, again, with this pitcher mix on Toronto, it's something that I did like from early on this year, that it's like all those veteran guys out there, Scherzer, Bassett, Barrios, going back to the start of the year before Bieber. It's like, there's knowledge to be had here, and there's dudes that have pitched in a lot of big games. And like, hey man, Bieber hasn't been incredible this postseason. We could have very easily been like, yeah, Bieber battled for 3.1, but how good are these Dodgers? We didn't do that. And they neutralized Shohei.
It's they have neutralized him for sure. I mean,
today.
I'm just saying, like in general, and what have the Dodgers scored this World Series? What are the numbers?
The Dodgers' offensive numbers on the whole aren't impressive. So they scored 2 today. It was 6 yesterday. It was 5 and then 4 before that. And again, if you go back to their Brewers series, the numbers don't jump off the board. They haven't had, in a lot of Toronto's wins, they're getting 6+ runs, and the Dodgers aren't doing that.
I'm just looking up and down this Toronto lineup. And I mean, the only one that you're like, oh, this guy's like struggling is Kiner Falefa, but he like plays his part. I think John Smoltz said it. It's like, you can have one guy in your lineup like that if he has a role, but you start having 2 or 3, then it becomes a problem. They don't. I mean, Jimenez has really turned it on. He's been putting together great at bats. Obviously, Clement, I mean, he's hitting 393. He's doing it. Varsho's had good at bats. Alejandro, I mean, like up and down the lineup, even without Springer, as long as they're in this lineup, I mean, they're like, I don't want to use the word menace. That's not the right word. They're just good hitters. And they understand what kind of hitters they are. And they're not trying to be something different. So I don't know. Popkins has got a lot of love. I want everyone to know that I was the first guy to give Popkins love.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
It's good. It's
But
important.
he's instilled a lot in these guys just about quality of at bats. The slug will come. It really is, man. It really is about just putting yourself in a good position and putting the barrel on the ball. Like that's all it's about. Swinging at good swing decisions, barrel on the ball. Like all the other shit, like kind of just happens. It's pitch based. Like, okay, I got a hanger and I put the barrel and I backspin, it's gone. I got my arms inside a heater on a sinker and I lifted it and it's gone. Like it just happens. You're not trying to do that, but having the right approach allows you to do these things that, end up being slugs. So they're just crushing it, man. It's been so fun to watch them.
Yes, and I think someone else that deserves big time snaps because that matters. Bo Bichette, dude, he was hitting third in the lineup tonight. He'd been out. He had been out of the game for over a month, and now he's back in the lineup. He has been one of their better hitters in the World Series. Plays the whole game at DH, and like you mentioned with that Springer transaction, like, we just lost our leadoff hitter. We just lost the guy with the third most postseason homers. Okay, well, Bichette, you go to DH. IKF, you're getting the start today, kid. Play it clean and put the ball in play when we need you. And that's kind of what you're saying about the Blue Jays playing within themselves and being able to continue their roles. I guess final Shohei thoughts, how you thought he looked on the mound. His final stat line is going to look a lot more deceptive than he was because he was really nasty. I mean, for 6 innings, it was one bad pitch, but it was to the last guy you'd want to throw one bad pitch to.
Yeah, no, I thought he looked good. I mean, you knew that. What did he end up throwing? How many pitches did he end up throwing?
93.
You knew that towards the end, or at least you thought there'd be some fatigue, but I thought he looked good. Maybe a little bit of the sharpness wore off there towards the end, but he gave it his all, man. There's nothing you can say about him that he did wrong today. But again, he's also, for the most part, most of the games has been neutralized. Yes, he got on base 9 times yesterday. I understand that, but today 0 for 3. I think he had a walk. They've done a really good job with him. And again, it's like I keep saying it, and in my head it makes sense. And you know what? Sometimes that's all that matters, Jake.
Yeah.
Like
hell yeah.
The 2 regular baseball games, and by that I mean you had to go to the bullpen. The guy didn't throw a complete game. You didn't have to go 18 innings and lose all your guys through pinch runners. The Blue Jays have been the better team. So in my head that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Dodger fans aren't going to like that. Maybe spin around the Dodger hat a little bit just to show them that you have love for them. I bought this
for the Rams game. I turned it around for the show. It says it's an undefeated hat. They're not undefeated, by the way. The standings are 2-2.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. Okay, I missed that at the top of the show. We have some decisions that are kind of coming up. I'm trying to see if there's anything else from this game. Bassett, again, we touched on that. He looked good. Louis Varland has to pitch in every game. Those are the rules. It's a new Manfred thing he's working on that I'm glad he's getting in the spotlight. Anything else? Because I kind of want to start teeing up some of the stuff for the next game.
I just think snaps for Toronto for coming back after that game. They did a great job.
Our snaps do matter. Next game, Game 5, the start of the 3-game set. The last one in LA before they head to Toronto. It's brought to you by T-Mobile. Tried to tell you guys, it's just the best. Like they ran a bunch of speed tests. They reached out to the experts, Ookla speed tests, and said, "Hey, we have the most towers. Our signal goes further than ever, and we have the most advanced 5G." And Ookla was like, "Okay, we'll check that because we're the experts." And it's all true. T-Mobile is the best network in America. And you don't have to miss a moment, whether you got to be on the road for something. This is a conversation that we're not even ready to have, but Game 6 is going to have some Halloween overlap. So if you're parenting, you might have to have that T-Mobile going in the pocket, at least for a little bit, maybe the first couple innings, and then you can get back. So however you stay in touch with the game, whether it's streaming, texting with your buddies, stats, whatever it is, head on over to T-Mobile.com/network to switch to the best network. So if you've ever had or thought about having a cell phone, go check out T-Mobile. Trev, Game 5, Blake Snell back at it, bump day. He'll try to tick up from his first stat line, and we obviously know the importance, as we just talked about, with the Dodgers bullpen. Trey Savage is out there for Game 5, and this is an interesting, pyramid of decisions that come from Schneider. They started Savage in Game 1 with Gossman as the kind of insurance for Game 2, and that played out pretty well. Like, I don't know. It was what it was. We didn't have any qualms with the decision. Trey Savage is going to have his first road postseason start, and that's going to be in L.A. We were just there. Those fans are a little nutty, dude. They self-admit that. That it's going to be interesting to see what the kid has for his first playoff road start, and the Dodgers seeing him for the second time in a week.
It's going to be a big story of the game, but again, I don't think it matters as much to the Blue Jays as it does to the Dodgers. Like, he needs to go out there. Can he pitch into the 5th? That'd be great. He's got the stuff to do it. Yes, the Dodgers have just seen him. I understand that, but he still is such kind of like an anomaly with his arm angle that, it's not just you see him, you have 2 or 3 at bats against him and you got it. Like, it still takes time to get on plane with a guy like that. What they have to do is avoid chasing the splitter against him and get him in the strike zone. If they do that, they can have success. I don't think he's the guy that gets rattled. It doesn't seem like that to me. So I'm not really worried about him pitching at Dodger Stadium. So I'm more interested in Blake Snell, what he brings. Can he kind of fire back and have a better start than he did in the first one? Because he didn't have his best stuff.
Yeah. His changeup was getting hit in Game 1, and that's, his signature Brewer start. It was almost untouchable. It's going to be interesting from the Blue Jays side because they like against Snell to get their righties in there. And, Davis Schneider usually bats 2 against lefties. I'd assume they're going to roll something out like that again. Where on the Dodgers side, I think we've got our first quotes from Dave Roberts that are like, hey, we might have to shuffle it a little bit because everything.
Who are they? Yeah, that's got to mean Hassan Kim because Alex Call ain't getting the job done.
They haven't pressed the button yet.
Has he come in? He came in like defensively, like one game.
So Call or Kim? Kim came in to run. But yeah, we haven't seen him. And yeah, Call they put out there tonight for 2 at-bats. He put a decent swing on the last out of the game, which is a lot more than we were saying about Pages at-bats, although if that swing was a little more decent, we would have got Shohei up with Mookie on deck as the tying run. Miggy Rowe can be in play as part of that shuffle, and, what Miggy Rowe means to that team, like go read some of the quotes on it. Dave Roberts, it feels like he's going to have to make some decisions for the first time, that it's going to be interesting to see how they juggle it.
I mean, it's got to be an outfielder. Like, I think the infield is set. Doesn't seem like they want Tommy Edman in center field, especially to start a game. Like, maybe they moved him there. What was it, last night they moved him there? But it's got to be an outfielder. It's got to be Pages, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Spark plug. Kim, let's go.
I'm with you. They clearly see something different there. And yeah, I don't know. I know the Edman in center field thing. We're just like, we're here. It's the World Series. If you lose twice, you lose the World Series. That if you're willing to put Tommy Edman out there for a couple innings and you think your best lineup is with him in center, push that button.
Yeah, but why is it your best lineup? You got your Savage. Like, you'd figure you'd want a lefty. Try to get a guy that doesn't have a big strikeout percentage.
Savage splitter's kind of gross. I think he tears down lefties that you don't.
It does both. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I feel like you still want the platoon matchup if you can get it, and that would be Hassan Kim.
Yeah, I don't know. My Yanks threw a lot of lefties out there against them, and they got torched like that. That splitter does not play against them. that I don't know. Roberts is going to have to make decisions. And, yeah, righties have pretty better numbers against them. OPS is up like 300 points. So that's going to play into it. You wonder. And they seem to like Call. He's ironically the guy they're calling on. But, yeah, they have those decisions to make. And then this being the first time and the last time that they play 3 straight games, I'd assume Bassett is out for Toronto. His first time pitching back-to-back, traditionally a starter. He should be out of this. Louis Varland, you can't rule him out for anything. That's just not how this works. Lauer will be out for them. Otherwise, Toronto pretty much has all of their other relievers in play, where for the Dodgers, I think Jack Dreyer would be out. He threw bullets today. He only threw 5 the day before, and I don't know. It's the World Series. Will Klein is going to be out, TBD. And then Trinan's probably out, but we just said that might be a good thing. Sorry, Blake Trinan, you've had an amazing career. I'm a 5'7" on a good day, little turd, so I'm sorry. I don't want that to come off the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know. It's Game 5 of the World Series and a tied 2-2. If you're the guy that gets tapped on, you got to go. You got to go.
You got to go.
You got to go. My God.
More ball tomorrow, baby.
I'm a little nervous. More ball tomorrow. It will not be the last game of the year. One team will go up 3-2 with an opportunity to win the World Series in Game 6. The other will have 2 games to win to try to get theirs. Fun series, man. A lot of guys that come up to the plate, and you're like, all right, let's see what you got. Kirky, what do you got for me, dude? Bam Bam Barger, sure. Teoscar, always. Tommy Edman, although that one at bat was kind of tough today from his right side. That's normally his stronger side. Will Smith, rest your knees.
Oh, my gosh.
Right? Everyone,
Derek Chamber.
Everyone get a good night's sleep. We're in the same boat.
Yes, I can't wait. I got Chris Rose right after this, and then I'm going 9-night.
Love it. And we love everyone. And thank you guys so much. Be streaming tomorrow. If you haven't checked those out, a lot of fun. I've thought about tapping out. I still might. We'll be recording live after. Either way, I suck a little bit. 5'8" in the right pair of shoes. What?
Someone says I don't look swole right now.
I mean, it's the company you keep, pal.
I don't know. I'm not really looking to get swole. It's a functional fitness, so
right. Yeah. Cancun body.
Whoop your ass in tennis.
Not Cancun. Where are you going? Whatever.
I don't know. Don't worry about it.